Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of ESB Sports. We have not been here in probably a solid month, I would say. I'm Jesse.
Darren.
And we got old Dave over here on the, let me pull Dave up real quick. There's Dave. Say hey, Dave.
Guys? Yo.
So we got Dave here too. And
you got the video?
I'm looking up right
Yeah, he's going to look it up. But so we've been gone a while. We told you guys we're going to be back tonight. We're going to talk some college football. We got a few things to say about the NFL. It's just going to be various other things. We got some other news to go over. Some predictions as well as what we plan to see next week after this week. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing we're going to talk about tonight is the Ohio State Buckeyes. All right. So we got us some new equipment and stuff. It's pretty freaking cool. So Ohio State. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding them with Urban Meyer. We're not going to get into all the controversy because it's done and over with. He's been suspended, what, three games?
First three
games. I think Oregon State.
I know Oregon State's number one.
Who was it? Oregon State, Rutgers, and TCU.
Rutgers, TCU. I think Rutgers be the only game.
Yeah, that's going to be the...
Rutgers gave him a hard time last year.
Yeah, so Ryan Day is going to be there for the first three games. We'll see how that goes. Oregon State, we're not looking to see much from. Yeah, Rutgers, TCU, even
they're hit and miss.
It's very hit and miss with those guys. So Ryan Day, like I said, for the first three games, and then we'll see how that play calling goes. Because we're supposed to see what I've been reading is the Haskins-Martell dual threat combo.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't know about that, man. I mean, that's the same kind of thing that happened with Barrett and Cardell Jones.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? It ended up in a shit show.
Oh, yeah, for
Pick
sure.
a quarterback that you think is the one to lead you forth and stick with him. When you start throwing back and forth, the timing of the receiver's off, your counts are off, like everything's changed because each quarterback is different.
Yeah, you keep swapping quarterbacks back and forth. You're going to have new quarterbacks with receivers getting the timing down, getting the routes down.
And I think they just...
Where the receivers like the ball thrown.
I think they need to just pick one.
Right.
I mean, that whole fiasco when they did the Cardell, Barrett, that did not end well. And
it didn't. Yeah, I mean,
it messed
real
up
talk. We know that
it messed them up.
Cardell came in to mix things up. He had a hell of a cannon, but he wasn't accurate.
No, he's about to get cut.
Yeah,
in the NFL.
Yeah.
By
so,
Chargers. I mean,
JT getting hurt was the best thing that ever happened to that guy.
Yeah, I don't think they would have won the championship if that didn't happen.
Probably not.
I mean, which is good because the only undefeated team, that's still got that title. But yeah, I think they need to take who they want to be the guy and just stick. And not mix it up, man. That's going to create.
From what I seen last year, Haskins is a good, solid, accurate quarterback.
I feel they should go with. Absolutely.
I'm a fan of Martell from what I've seen from training camps, videos, high school film.
Yeah, but we've already seen.
Yeah. So, but I feel very confident with Haskins back there because he's confident. I mean, he's solid, man.
That's who I thought they were going to roll with from the start, and then they started talking about.
You know what the cool thing about your shirt is?
What's that?
Is it blends in with the background. Yeah, he's a very confident young quarterback, and I think he's going to take us somewhere this year. God willing, the play calling goes good. We know Urban still gets to pull some type of strings, hush, but as far as these first three games, we all know that usually the first few games in the season for any team's not a big issue usually. But we've seen Virginia. Which team was it? Was it Virginia Tech that beat Ohio State early in the season that year? Which
I like Virginia Tech. They're always one of those teams that can surprise you.
So yeah, we could see something happen with this whole controversy, and their heads might not be there.
The Rutgers, like I said, they've given them a fit before.
Ooh, I didn't want to do that yet.
Oh, come on.
So anyway, Dave, I'm gonna switch over to Dave here real quick, and I'm gonna get him in there. So Dave, you're on camera there.
Oh, why are you gonna put Michigan up there for it?
It was just 2 seconds. But anyway, Dave, we see Dave's wearing a Georgia hat tonight. So Dave was an Ohio State fan about 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know. It just kind of turned overnight.
Dave.
So I want to hear Dave's piece on.
Dave has always been an Ohio State fan, and Georgia has been a close second.
I can agree with that.
Hey, I mean, you're a Falcons fan, so it makes
and I'm a
some
Falcons
sense.
fan, so I'm just tired of the Ohio State bullshit, man. Just new leaf, new team. I've heard so far that I picked Georgia because they were in the championship game last night. I don't remember what I did last week, so how am I supposed to remember the championship game?
Right.
So I'm rolling with Georgia. Fuck LSU. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that?
All right, so we heard Dave's little piece on it. You guys can put some comments on the video how you feel, or email us eat.sleep.breathe sports937@gmail and tell us what you think about Dave's switch over here to Georgia.
Traitor, man. Traitor.
All right, so enough about Ohio State.
Don't let Jesse fool you with that Ohio State and that jersey. He's got a Georgia hat.
I got some
Georgia hat sitting right
I got
here.
some playing. Just
right there on the table. Yeah.
I like Georgia too,
away.
though. I do like Georgia. I'm not gonna lie, and that's not no bandwagon ship in the last few years. You can ask my buddy CJ. I've liked him for quite a while. So let's move on to who we're going to pull up. And we're going to talk about those guys. Let me get rid of that. And these guys. So whatever side of the fence you're on, we'll talk about that. So we got Michigan playing Notre Dame. Week 1.
I think it's going to be a good game.
I think it is going to be a good game.
But Michigan's winning that game.
For sure. I agree. We're going to call the prediction. Me and Darren already saying Michigan's coming out on top over Notre Dame.
What you got?
I'm going Notre Dame. I hate fucking Michigan.
I mean,
Dave's
I hate Michigan too.
Dave's going Notre Dame.
I'm being a realist, not biased.
I'm being biased right now.
All right. So Dave said Notre Dame.
Pure bias.
So Michigan's number 1 receiver, if I read correct, is out.
Yeah, he's
out. Is he out for how long do we know?
I didn't see the timeline. I just saw he was going to be out.
Okay. So the number 1 receiver out, and now for Notre Dame we have an injury to Sean Crawford, which is one of their DBs. I don't know a whole lot about Notre Dame. One of my buddies did. I was hoping he could call in, but he's a son of a bitch. So
you keep saying shit like that, he ain't gonna.
Yeah, you screw him.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. He had work or something. But yeah, so I don't know how high in their depth chart that DB is to face that number 1 receiver. He might be the guy that they were going to go to with it against him, but that's going to make it an interesting thing. That's going to make the number 2 receiver have to step up.
Who's the Michigan guy that was hurt? What's his name? Is it Tariq Black?
It might be. I didn't catch his name.
Because I just looked up the Wolverine injuries.
Right.
And the top one it says Michigan football will be out Tariq Black for a season opener at Notre Dame.
That's him.
Okay.
That's him.
That's him.
I mean, that's the top name at the top of the story.
Even if you take the injury
wide receiver
to both,
yeah. Okay.
Even with the injuries, Harbaugh is the better coach. He'll find a way to get it done.
Breaking news. Listen, guys. Listen. I just want to tell everybody that we got some breaking news. It just came in. It's highly important. I was hoping this would happen during the show, but the Browns scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I told you this like forever ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was 5 minutes ago. That wasn't forever ago.
Dude, I said before we started, so as 7-0. It was Chubb, 5 of 30 with a touchdown. 6 average on a carry. Baker was 3 of 5 for 55 yards.
There you go.
Man, old man.
There you go. Look, well, it was breaking news because they might not
They
might not be watching the damn game.
I've been saying this. But yes, Chubb got his first NFL touchdown, preseason or whatever. Still did. 5 of 30 at that time. 6 yards a carry, which is really good. Baker was 3 of 5, 55 yards. The receiver, 2 for 48 yards. Starts with a C. I can't pronounce the damn name. Kajno, something like that.
Oh, okay.
C-H-J or something. But he had 2 catches for 48 yards, so that was a good start for the Browns. I mean, and like I said, Josh Gordon is starting or going to play week 1. Barring health, won't start, but he will be in. But yeah, Browns got that touchdown. So
nice. All right, so back to Michigan, Notre Dame. Darren said he predicts Michigan to win.
Absolutely.
Do you think it's going to be a big margin?
14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's college, man. It usually happens.
I mean,
it's usually a 14 point.
I'm going to say Michigan by 7.
Notre Dame every year, man, I do not understand it. Every year they get all this media attention. Oh my God, Notre Dame, Notre Dame, Notre Dame. And what do? Not a damn thing.
Right.
They've been irrelevant for at least 10 years. I mean, they went to played that game at Ohio State. I mean, that was the biggest thing they've done.
Yeah. That was a few years ago because me and my buddy watched it and he's
Jalen Smith, who's now a Cowboy, fucked his leg up in that game, which he's now really healthy, and I'm hoping to get that same Jalen Smith back.
Right.
But Notre Dame they don't do anything. I've got friends that love them. They're like, yeah.
It's the history.
They do. They've got a lot of tradition there, and I respect that. But at the same time, I respect winning, and they don't. I mean, yeah, they might win, a couple games, but they don't.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, man, they've had some good players. Deshaun Kaiser, I wasn't so keen on when the Browns drafted him.
I wasn't a fan of his in college, but in the pros, I thought he's had some upside.
I mean, he just wasn't a good fit with the Browns.
No.
That happens.
And that's why the Packers got rid of Huntley instead of him, because they do like Kaiser's upside. And
I think he's
I think
decent.
he'll.
Yeah.
I think he'll have a solid. He'll probably be back up, but he'll have a solid.
Yeah,
career.
I wasn't just like I said, keen on the Browns drafting him. Overall as a quarterback,
second, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Second
I think so.
round?
Yes.
It was kind of high. I think maybe 4th round.
Yeah, but it is what it is. He moved on. He's where he might want to be now.
I hope it works out. I mean,
yeah,
he's good.
But how long did Aaron Rodgers sign on for? 4 more years?
5. 5-year, 100.
We'll get to that.
37.
Yeah, I think it was.
I'll dig it up right now.
I don't know. Kaiser might be sitting for a while.
Oh, he's not. He's not playing.
So,
unless it's an injury, he's not playing for a while.
All right. So let's move on to Clemson. They've been obviously, one of the top tier teams for the last few years now.
They have.
They are coming in to face Furman first game. I don't even think I've heard of them before tonight.
I've never heard that name until tonight.
Their name is Furman. The college is.
Yeah.
Nobody, Jimmy. You can if you would like, sir. I would appreciate that. If no, I think Dave. Dave, you're watching chat, right? When you get a chance. Yeah, Dave's watching.
No, I don't know how to do that.
Oh, you just pull the video up. Make sure the volume's down in chat.
Yeah.
If anybody's chatting.
I got the video up, but I don't know how to look. I don't know how to see the chat. I'm computer illiterate.
It's all good. So, Clemson, they're facing Furman. I can't talk to them right now.
Okay.
I will hit them back up.
No.
But
yeah, I've never heard that team name.
Furman apparently has an inexperienced quarterback too. So
Go figure.
Go figure.
Is it like a D5?
Yeah, it's going to be something really low. So Clemson's going to have probably a
Sarcastic,
cakewalk
yeah.
first game. But I wanted to talk about them for the fact that they've been a top tier team lately, and I want to talk.
And coaching has been.
Yeah. Oh, Dabo, dude.
Dabo
Sweeney,
Sweeney.
dude.
I mean,
He's a
he has
beast.
been a great coach.
I like that guy. I just like him.
He is intelligent.
Yes.
Does the right play calls. Gets the right people in and the right play. I think he has been phenomenal, man. I think he's turning into, one of the top 3-4 coaches. I mean, look at the program.
Nick Saban, Urban Meyer,
and that's up for debate on one too.
Dabo Sweeney.
Because if you
I'm saying the top 5 guys right now.
Because they were talking about that whole situation with Urban and Saban. Saban has failed everywhere except Alabama. Urban has succeeded. Utah, Florida. I say he's succeeded everywhere. So there's, I know you're saying top 5, whatever.
Yeah.
Not being Ohio State biased or
right. No,
Ohio
I
biased
yeah.
because Urban, but that's even been up for debate with Saban.
Right.
But no, Dabo, I'm maybe 3rd.
I would say
third,
so. Yeah.
Third coach, man.
Yeah, I would say so for sure.
That program has been really good.
He's coming for Urban's neck though.
You're not gonna get it though.
Yeah. I don't know. Urban's a great all-around coach, but yeah.
But no, Clemson, man.
Yeah, Clemson's been. You got anything to say about Clemson, Dave, or you want to wait till we get to the next team? All right. So Clemson, I have a love-hate relationship with Clemson. I loved Clemson until they had to start playing Ohio State recently. So before that, I was a big fan.
I want.
Yeah, it's a great.
I hate how Alabama always has an easy-ass schedule.
No, yeah.
People know that. Motherfucker, yeah, they do. I want Ohio State playing these teams. Because that shows the greatness. If you can't beat them, then you don't deserve.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anything. So I like that. I mean, it sucks because Clemson has been getting the better. So props to them for sure. But I like it.
Yeah, it's.
But they're good.
They are
a good program.
They are good. Dabo, like I said, he's a good coach. Good all-around guy. I see a lot of this behind-the-scenes stuff they catch on him, and he talks to the fans, and he's just a very upbeat dude. Yeah, he's an upbeat dude, man.
I mean, definitely a good.
I don't
coach.
think I've seen him get upset on the field. Don't get me wrong.
No, and that's
which
good.
all coaches do. Yes, but I don't think I've seen him get upset like some coaches do. Like damn, man. So So yeah, I'm a big fan of that guy. So we're gonna move on to the next team.
Traitor.
I'm not a traitor.
What did OSU jersey on the Georgia hat?
It's all right. This is all right.
You give me one bit of shit.
Got a Big Ten and SEC team going on here, but we're gonna move on to UGA.
The Bulldogs.
So, like I said, I've been a big fan of the Bulldogs for a while now. I watched them as much as I've watched the Buckeyes. I've voiced it here and there. You guys have seen them.
I've watched them just because they produce running backs.
They produce running backs.
And
I thought Ohio State produced running backs. Georgia produces running backs.
Georgia produces running backs.
So,
speaking of running backs,
here, hang on. I want Dave to go ahead and get his piece in about Georgia now. So, Dave, you said you switched over. So let me ask you this: we just said Georgia produces running backs, and that's one of their big things. So what is it that attracted you to Georgia if you knew that you liked them, even if you still was a Buckeyes fan? What attracted you to Georgia?
Well, I mean, like I said, most of you guys don't remember, but I used to run around in Georgia hats and Georgia T-shirt for the team.
Right.
I followed, back when, it just makes sense. I like Atlanta, so why not? Both my football teams are in Georgia. It's just, I've always liked them. I've overshadowed them with Ohio State in the front, but I'm just time for a change. Take Ohio State.
I dig it, man. So
I mean, fresh start, new fans at the beginning of the season. Even though we're ranked 3, but
no, I've got them. I think they're going to finish in the top 4.
I have been reading up on Georgia, and they are still one of the top predicted teams to go to the championship.
I just read that their freshman running back's out with a torn.
Dude, they got so much depth every year running back. I don't even stress that. Like, I didn't know about Nick Chubb because Gurley was there, and then when Nick got his chance because Gurley got hurt, then everybody knew who Nick Chubb was. Because that's all they need is a chance at Georgia, and they show up. You know what I mean? So I can't remember their running back before Gurley.
Was Gordon from there? Not Gordon. Who's the running back?
Oh, Crowell was there.
No. Yeah, he was with the Browns, wasn't he?
Yeah. He got suspended at Georgia, though. And then there was
Melvin Gordon or whatever his name is. He's with the Chargers.
I thought he was with Arkansas, but I might be wrong on that.
I swear he was.
He might have been,
because that was when they had Murray as their quarterback.
Yeah, you might be right then. What was you gonna say, Dave?
I've always heard about how easy the Big Ten's Ohio State's schedule is, and then people say, "Well, look at the SEC. Look at the SEC." Well, I guess I'm about to find out.
Yeah.
Georgia faces a tough schedule every year. No matter how much we.
Let
me go back here.
Georgia does play some good teams for sure.
Yeah. When Georgia was not winning and as good as they are, as far as getting to the playoffs or the championship, or a championship game, Georgia has played one of the toughest schedules of any college football team I can imagine, and won at it. Arkansas, we can make the same argument, but Arkansas does not win.
No,
see what I'm saying? So Georgia has progressively gotten better. Now they have fucking Kirby Smart, who's a beast.
I got Georgia's schedule right here.
What do they got? As of right now, like preseason or what you
this
call
is
it.
just the beginning of you got. I mean, the notable ones that you see, you got South Carolina.
They're a good team. Spurrier's still there.
Tennessee, champions of life.
Tennessee.
LSU, Florida, I guess you could say. Auburn, and Georgia Tech. I mean, so there's
I like Georgia
5.
Tech. They've always had a pretty good little squad there.
That's what I was
I mean, Megatron came from there.
Yeah.
And they weren't even a passing team. They're triple threat run team, triple option, I should say. And yeah, he came from there. So.
So they got a pretty tough schedule every year. I mean, we know, like we said, Alabama plays some cupcake teams, but they do show up against certain teams in the SEC. And Georgia's always a tough one for them.
Zamir White tore his ACL for the second time. He's going to miss the 2018 season.
He might miss more than that.
Yeah, that's
he might be injury prone. Like, we're not going to mess with you anymore.
That could be the end.
Number 1 running back and number 15th player overall in the 2018 ESPN 300 tore his ACL.
All right, I want to go back to Clemson real quick because let me get that up there. I forgot why I wanted to really talk about them. I wanted to highlight their schedule because we did talk about how Clemson has been one of the top tier teams lately, and Dabo's a good coach, and I'm not taking anything away from these guys. I don't know how many of these teams are ranked because I haven't checked the top 25 lately, but they play Texas A&M, Georgia Tech, Florida State, and Louisville. Them are the 4 games that I highlighted for Clemson.
And Louisville, though.
And they're not even. They just lost their
they lost
star
Jackson,
quarterback.
so they're not.
I'm not seeing a very tough schedule for Clemson this year.
Within Big Ten teams that are considered to be top 10 every year, and they got to keep playing all these teams. So it's like, I think Penn State's going to have a really good year, though. I just want to see the Big Ten teams do well.
Oh, for sure.
Because,
you always want to, and I've been doing that for the last few years. Like, everybody's like, why are you rooting for Michigan? Because I want them to be undefeated when we face them.
That's what I always tell people. I hear these Ohio State fans, I'd never want them to win. Then you're an idiot.
Michigan, yes, you want them to be ranked.
As the same conference, you want that team to win so the conference looks better. You don't want to beat them when they've won 1 game. Oh, yeah, we beat you. You won 1 game. Whippity-doo. No, you want to play undefeated and smash them. That's the victory. And then it also helps Big Ten because you look better with the Big Ten winning.
Right.
You don't want every Big Ten team to be under 500, and then you're the only one.
Exactly.
Like,
then they got an argument.
Cares.
Yeah, they got an argument for you looking like shit.
Exactly.
So
I root for them all to win, unless of course, Ohio State plays them, then I don't.
Right.
But I do want the Big Ten, because it's Big Ten, man. They need to get back to where they were. All these other conferences have stepped up a lot in the past years, so it'd be good to see.
I mean, you've seen Iowa come out of nowhere.
Yeah, they have, and they always are. They don't they're like an 8-5, maybe a 9, but they play hard, solid football, and they're not a chump team that just goes down.
I always have respect for Iowa.
Absolutely,
Indiana's been showing some flair lately.
Offense has been good for them.
Penn State coming back after all the sanctions are done, and now they're good to go again. Purdue, I never worry about. Nebraska, I always worry about. Wisconsin, I always worry about. Michigan State now. When Saban was there, they wasn't shit though.
Nope, that's what I'm saying, man. Saban wasn't good until he got to Alabama. He failed pretty much everywhere. So there's an argument about.
He did all right at one other place, but it wasn't. It wasn't LSU, was it? No, he didn't do.
And NFL was a
NFL he did shit.
Yeah. It was with Dolphins, pretty sure. But whatever.
All right, I don't have any more background pictures, so you're gonna have to be stuck with our field. So we're gonna move on to a little NFL talk. We're also next week when we come back to the show and talk about. We're gonna pick 5 other different college teams, and then we're gonna talk about who we've seen week 1 have a real breakout game.
Do a little SEC probably.
Yeah, we'll do a little more SEC. So what we'll do is we'll watch the top. We'll watch what we think is the top game from every conference. We'll watch highlights from it.
Yeah.
We'll come back and cap those, and we'll say who we thought really impressed us from each game.
I still do. I really want to see how Oklahoma plays without Baker there. He was the driving force for that team.
Yeah.
They're a very good team.
Yeah.
So I want to see how well they can rebound with losing him.
Right. I mean, because you still have to have defense for him to score more touchdowns.
Right. So I want to see how well they do.
So we'll see how we'll definitely. Do we know who they play week 1?
Oak?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't see that schedule yet.
We'll probably highlight them for sure. So we'll try to get the teams like Notre Dame, Michigan that are bigger names. We're trying to keep away from like if Alabama plays somebody shitty or Ohio State plays like Oregon State. Like we don't care about that shit. So
Beavers.
Unless they somehow lose. But let's go ahead and move on to the NFL then. First thing we brought up in our brainstorming notes is we wanted to talk about Atlanta and Philly.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, let me get old Dave here. Ready and
boom.
Dave,
put your head up.
Now?
Put your head
You're
up.
on the camera.
Talk about Atlanta.
So
Atlanta,
Philadelphia.
So
Atlanta. Question.
What's the next question?
What's the next question?
I mean, it should be a breeze though. Really.
It should be or shouldn't be?
It should be.
Well, yeah, it should be. Look at all, like you said before the show started, look at everything look at all the injuries and key players are missing. And
right.
I mean, if Atlanta comes out on their game.
I think they will. I mean, you got Philly that don't have Alshon Jeffrey, who saved. I mean, Alshon Jeffrey saved their team last year because Nick Foles, he wasn't looking so good. But Jeffrey's out 2 to 3 weeks. Carson Wentz could be 2-3 weeks. Nick Foles is injured right now, and not only is he injured, he's playing like Nick Foles, who is really shitty. Running back Ajay is okay looking, but there's no telling what you're going to get with him.
Right? Yeah,
they lost Torrey Smith, but they picked up Mike Wallace. But Mike Wallace, man, he's bounced around a lot because since he left Pittsburgh, he's really not been.
He's
been shit, to be honest. That was when they had the.
Because he was big dog in Pittsburgh because everybody was double teaming Brown, so he was open.
And then that was the end of that. Defensively, they've got most of their starters. They're looking okay. I just don't. I think that people they got that underdog on them last year, and they flew under the radar with some of that. Their defense is stellar.
Right.
They got great defense, but I think that with all the injuries on offense to big players, and like I said, Torrey Smith is gone, who helped out a lot. I think that they could possibly lose their first 3 games, and getting Wentz or Foles back into that mix, it could take them some games. I could be wrong. You don't know, but I think Atlanta's going to just smash them.
They lose those first 3 games, it's going to be hard to get back.
Atlanta with Ridley and Julio, I think Matt Ryan's going to come out.
Ridley and Julio come
and Freeman, I think that offense is good. And everybody overlooks Atlanta's defense. I mean, I think they shouldn't have let go of Claiborne. 6 sacks against Dallas killed me. But, I mean, I think that Atlanta's about to throw some points up on them, man. Matt Ryan, he's a beast.
Yeah.
Ridley and Julio, it's like, who are you going to... And then they still got Sanu, too. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you go double team one and leave one of the two.
I think it's going to be Atlanta taking that game. I mean, not only because I hate Philly, but I'm not a big Falcons fan, so I mean, I just... I do see
it's not,
they're the better team.
You can't deny that. You can't deny that Atlanta has a squad.
Now with Wentz playing and Alshon, it's a little different story then. But as of right now, I'm saying Atlanta as well, man. 14 points.
14 points. So you picked 14 for Michigan over Notre Dame,
Yep.
and 14 for Atlanta over Philly. I'm going to say.
I say by 9.
I'm going to say
Yeah,
Atlanta.
9.
I'm going to go with Dave. I'm going to say 12.
12?
Yeah. I'm going to say Atlanta by 12. Yeah.
2 touchdowns.
Say 14, and Dave, you said 9?
Yep.
And I want to see, too, because Philly has a pretty physical defense. And with that new helmet rule shit going on.
Jesus
You
Christ.
know, which
We've
it has
all
calmed
seen-
down. It has
yeah,
calmed down on
that
the
first
flags.
week or
The first
two
week or
was
two was-
fiasco, dude.
But they were just getting used to it.
Yeah,
and,
I get it.
and I understand that. But I want to see how that affects the games. Because Atlanta Philly has a physical defense. They're really good. So I'd like to see how that pans out. But
Tim Bryant had posted in the group.
yeah, that was what I was talking about.
About Tom Brady?
Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if he.
You can pull it up. I got it on my phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if he. I'm just gonna.
I just read it. It's here.
Yeah, I was reading about that with the with Tom
Most
Brady's
people already commenting on it. And
team and whatnot.
Yeah. So Tim Bryant in our sports group we got said everyone talks about how Brady has the better team, but they always fail to mention that he is the reason for that. He isn't even the top 15 highest paid quarterbacks.
He does make money though. I'm not
Yeah.
going to.
Oh, yeah, he makes money.
He makes like 20+ mil.
Yeah.
He don't need the money though because his wife makes so much money.
Right.
So I mean, you know,
Right.
she does.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, valid point.
So he has easily proven himself to be right alongside the best in the league. Football is a team game. I always hear people arguing who's better, Brady or Rodgers. While Rodgers is the highest paid quarterback ever and Brady makes less than guys who have never won a playoff game, it's stuff like that that makes Brady a better QB to have on your team. He says, hashtag GOAT, hashtag not even
Now,
close.
I will say the best thrower of the football ever is Aaron Rodgers. There's nobody that can throw the ball
Yeah.
better. But when it comes to overall, you know, a leader, a general, I'm definitely going.
Yeah, Tom as a leader on the field. Yeah, but Rodgers.
look at Rodgers.
Rodgers is kind of
Rodgers had
dickish, you know?
He had. I don't even care about that.
Yeah.
Everybody overlooks Donald Driver. He was a Pro
Right,
Bowler.
right.
They overlook James Jones. They overlook Cobb. They overlook Adams. They're overlooking all of these receivers that he has had.
right.
Okay, Tom Brady took Julian Edelman, a quarterback, and made him a baller. He took Danny Amendola, who the Rams didn't even want, made him a baller. I mean,
See, that's what I was getting ready to say. Is
he's taking these guys that are little dudes and
Yeah.
not very good, and then balling out with them.
they're taking advantage of using that where he's not making as much money, signing decent
Brady's
salaries.
taking a chance on them no-name players nobody else
Right,
wants.
and that's what I was
But
saying.
guess
and
what? They
And then
did
look-
that with
and then-
Brady.
And then look,
They did that with Brady.
Was he
did.
6th round draft pick?
6th round.
Six?
Yeah.
He was low, man, and he didn't do shit in college.
No, and his
but he
combine
sat back
was
and he
so
learned.
bad.
He had a resume written up and he
Yeah.
sent it out to people because he didn't think he was going to make it to the NFL.
Yep.
But he sat behind Drew Bledsoe
Yep.
and he learned the system, and he's a smart dude.
No, he's very.
Do you
intelligent.
think his sales pitch on getting people that wasn't talented, do you think he went up to Bill Belichick and he was like, look at me, I was a 6th
If
round
you
draft
look
pick.
at,
Right. Oh,
not even
for
that.
sure.
If you look at the way they've done it, they've taken scraps. Corey Dillon left. Nobody wanted him. They took him. Willie McGinnis got Super Bowls there. No, Browns didn't want him. They let him go. He came there. I mean, they have taken players that are older, veterans, smart, and egos aren't there, and played. I mean, James Harrison, yeah, loved him. He was like, they are great. And I had this big argument and debate with what's his name on the forums about Rodgers getting paid. Yeah, oh well, you know, he's making this money. I was like, dude, Brady don't take that much money. These quarterbacks that are getting paid all this money, they're taking a big chunk of your cap. And
Yeah,
then
for sure.
guess what? You can't go get these other players.
Nobody denies that.
And look at Tom's run game. They talk about Aaron Rodgers not having a run game. Well, who's Tom
yeah,
Brady's
Tom's
running backs?
have mediocre running backs that are
Deion
produced because
Lewis
of
is
good
flying
coaching.
fade.
Good
He had
coaching.
James White. I
And
mean,
good blocking, too.
right.
You know what I mean? That's
Like,
just good, solid
They
football.
won the Super Bowl without Gronk.
Yeah.
I mean, and the guy, I forget his name, but he was like, Aaron Rodgers was 100%. He's had one Super Bowl. Brady's
Oh,
been to
that was-
eight.
That was Matt.
James-
That was
Matt,
Matt.
Matt, so, yeah,
Comments.
Matt. And I was like, one Super Bowl over 8.
Yeah.
Which me and Matt talked, and I agree with him on, 6 for them. And then if they got Khalil Mack, I'd definitely move Green Bay to 5 or 4. But they talk about LeBron. Well, he's 3-6. He's been to the fucking finals every year. You would rather them lose like first round?
Yeah.
Then you would hate on him for not making it. So it's like Brady takes less money, and like he said, to his point, not everybody can do the same thing as the Patriots.
Right.
They're not all ran the same way. They can't all work that, and I completely
Well,
understand
my counter argument to that. Rodgers is a great quarterback. We can't deny that.
No, yeah,
so we get
as a player,
we get that you want to get paid. We get it,
Greatest.
Aaron. But like he said, you build. Look at Tom Brady and what he's done. Use that mold. Build around you. You're getting money
Russell,
from endorsements with your little
I know
checks
Seattle's
and fucking all
kind
that
of
shit.
went away now, but they were so great. Why? Because Russell Wilson was getting paid like $500,000 a year.
Yeah.
So they could sign all
Yeah.
these big dudes that Sherman and all them, and keep the Legion.
You win the Super Bowls, you get the bonuses.
right. And
You get the
then
commercials and the endorsements. Look at Peyton Manning.
Look at Gronk.
You get
Gronk
money there.
Just now spent money he hasn't made from endorsements. Gronk has lived for 8-9 years off of endorsements.
You know the
Not a
epitome
dollar
of saving in the NFL is Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
That dude.
Yeah.
So anyway, but you take the lower pay, you still get paid. You get a decent. You don't screw yourself.
Right.
But you get paid. You build around you. You get the endorsements, the bonuses, the commercials, and
Oh,
that's how
he's
you get paid,
making-
man.
he's
And you
making
move on from
money.
there. So it just kills me that he's selfish, man.
$33.5 million a year is what he's going to count towards their cap. 33.
Who's selfish?
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
He's selfish.
Brady ain't got to worry about that, dude. He's got his wife's
his
got
baby
fucking-
mama makes that
his wife's
money.
got Victoria's Secret money.
But as far as Rodgers, to his defense, though, look what they do to him.
Yeah, I get it.
He's the greatest quarterback. If you don't want to count rings like they always do,
Right.
he's the greatest overall quarterback to ever play the game. There's no, I mean, in the pocket, out of the pocket,
Yeah.
he takes. Look how bad they were without him.
Oh,
He
yeah, for
is,
sure.
without a doubt. I do not argue anybody on the point that he's the greatest in that sense. But when it comes down to it, it's about winning. Tom Brady's won. He hasn't. Well, he had one, but won in, 12 years? Like they say, they've had 26 years of 2 of the top 5 or 10 greatest quarterbacks of all time. 2 Super Bowls for that. Like, that's not saying much. But to Aaron's defense, man, I understand take the money at the same time because what did they do? Got rid of Jordy.
Yeah.
Didn't want that. What did they do? Got rid of his offense or his quarterback coach. Didn't want that to happen.
Right.
They get rid of everything, and instead of bringing in help in, they get rid of stuff.
we think about they,
So-
did the same thing to Favre. They got rid of Antonio Freeman. They got rid of Brooks.
Yeah.
They started getting rid of his receiver core that he was.
And he was just like, dude, you want me to win, And to Aaron Rodgers' defense, I can
Yeah.
see taking the money because, well, fuck, you're not going to give me help. I might as well just get paid while I'm playing. So
Yeah.
I understand both sides.
You fucking Packers fan are probably surprised I remember those 2 names, aren't you?
Freeman, I thought he was a great receiver. And I liked Amon Green as their running back when Brett was there. He was one of my favorite, running backs for them. I was a big fan of Leroy Butler as a safety. I mean,
Yeah, Freeman, you threw it to him, and then Brooks
He
was
was
open,
good.
you threw it to Brooks, and Freeman was open.
and like I said, Amon Green was there, and I thought he was, number 30. He was a solid running back. Liked him. They had a good team, but no. So I do understand Rodgers taking the money in that sense because man, they don't give him help, dude. They just say, hey, go wing it, go Hail Mary, go do this. I mean,
Throw a Hail Mary
legit.
touchdown again, yeah.
I mean, they brought in Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
But dude, Jimmy Graham's old.
He's
I'm not
getting-
saying
yeah,
he's
he's
not going
played
to
out.
score,
Yeah.
but he's not Jimmy Graham from
He's not the same.
back in the day. So we'll see, but.
All right, let's. That was a good discussion from a group post. So thanks to Tim Bryant for posting that. Hopefully you guys get to see all that and talk about it in here. So we're gonna move on to Sam Darnold. Browns passed on him. Everybody thought they were gonna draft him.
Stupid.
They took Baker. Come on now.
Man, Darnold.
Darnold's showing out.
Sam Darnold. You should have took him.
Was that the quarterback that said from USC that said he wasn't going to play for the Browns? He was just going to stay in college.
Well, he didn't
for
say
the
that.
Browns.
He never said that. Somebody paraphrased it, or somebody like.
But that's the guy,
mistook
though,
it.
that we're
Yes,
talking
that's
about.
the same guy.
Yes.
Okay.
But Sam Darnold, he
And to their defense on passing on him, he had a lot of
his
turnovers.
bowl game was not good.
No,
Against-
he was a turnover machine. But Baker Mayfield, 70% completion. Those quarterbacks don't do well in the NFL. It's been proven.
Yeah,
I mean, you're taking a 6-foot quarterback, Johnny Manziel, number 2,
what was Vic?
6'2", something like that. But Vic, I mean, they don't count.
He's
He
the other
was a
end.
freak
Yeah,
athlete you'll never see again in our lifetime.
Right.
But, I mean, he couldn't hit a guy 5 feet in front of him.
Right.
But, man, he could run.
Vic
But
was 6'3".
6'3". But Sam Darnold, man, that kid is showing. And the Jets have no offensive line. Name a receiver.
See,
I mean, legit, name a running back. I don't know who the fuck they got. But he is just showing up. And they said he's smart. He's like doing everything professionally that he should be doing. I did like somebody's post in the ESB. He looks like the neighborhood bully all grown up. That was
really
good.
does.
I did like that. So thanks for that post. But dude, Darnold, man, they've got faith though. They traded Bridgewater.
Yeah.
I
mean, you know what? They're not going to be the first shitty team to start a rookie. Hence the Browns. I mean, they do it every fucking year. So.
Hey, Dallas too, though. People don't understand. Dallas since '99, I think, or 2000. Dallas has had 20 quarterbacks. Yeah. They're third or fourth. Dallas has. I could tell you how many quarterbacks I've went through.
I'm trying to remember who was there after Troy Aikman. I just can't put my head around it.
Drew Henson.
Jesus.
They had Bledsoe there. Testaverde was there.
I remember Testaverde. They had Bledsoe? Yeah, I remember that now.
I do remember
that.
Yeah.
Short time.
Yeah, I remember that now.
I'm pretty sure they had Chad Pennington. Quincy Carter was there. It was Alex Wright or something Wright. But he was there. Fuck, dude. I mean, you're talking. Stanton was there. They had, of course, Romo's been there. Fuck, dude. I mean, it's so many. It's been a lot. But Browns, man, it's like get it right one time, dude.
Well, I think
there you go.
With that little scare from Tyrod going down and only dislocating his pinky, we thought he was going to be out. We thought he broke his wrist when we seen that last game, but him coming back and now knowing that Baker's going to sit is going to be a big thing for me.
Castle,
I don't want to have Baker start again when the Browns have been starting nothing but rookies.
Quincy Anthony,
Tyrod's showing out.
Ryan Leaf,
good.
Yeah, I forgot about Leaf.
Oh, Ryan Leaf was there.
He was there for like a couple games.
Dude, Dallas had quite a few quarterbacks here.
Trust me, people. I'm
Matt Castle.
Brad Johnson, Matt Castle was there, John Kitna, Stephen McGee, Kyle Orton, Brandon Wheaton, fucking Kellen Moore.
John Kitna played for the Bengals too.
No, he actually took. People forget about John Kitna. The first year Bengals became relevant, John Kitna took them 8-8. They ended up getting rid of him shortly after that. But I was like, he took you to your first winning season in like forever.
That seems like it wasn't that long ago.
It was like 13 years ago.
Was it?
Because you got to think, Marvin's been there at least 10, 12, something like that.
That's true. But yeah, Baker and Tyrod, I touched on him while he was looking at Tyrod. Sorry, guys. Tyrod. Baker and Tyrod. So he is, I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's not hurt. I want Baker to sit. Baker has been showing out in preseason, though, but mind you, it's not always against starters.
Is that how his name's pronounced now?
Tyrod.
No, he said, my name is Tyrod.
Somebody spoke, Bitonio.
I was like, shouldn't it be T-U-H then?
Yeah.
Not T-Y.
But he was like, everybody's pronouncing his name wrong. It's Tyrod.
It's Tyrod, yeah. Tyrod Taylor, which I don't understand because it's T-Y, whatever.
All right, so you wanted to say something about Josh Gordon real quick. What do you think about him?
Well, I mean,
you think he's going to come back and show
I think he's going to be a Pro Bowl receiver again. They said barring health, he's not starting week 1, but he is playing. What you got?
The posts I've seen on him on Instagram of working out,
he
videos,
rock
pictures.
Solid.
He's jacked. He's juiced up, dude, and he is 100% on top and focused.
He's never not been. He just smoked some fucking pot, man. Get over it.
I think he had a rough childhood. You know, I think he went through some shit.
Hey, LeBron did too. Yeah. Everybody handles it different.
Yeah, and he's just doing his thing, and he smokes a little.
But even in preseason already, last year he played a couple games. Had played like 2-3 years and was bam. I mean, on target. You
can't take an athlete out somebody like that. He's staying on top of it.
If he stays in the league, he has potential for Hall of Fame. He is raw talent. I mean, that guy is legit one of the best receivers I've ever seen.
Right. Barring,
the side shit. And I just feel that if he gets his chance to play a full year in the NFL, he'll Pro Bowl. All Pro. I mean, he's that good.
Real quick, guys, we got to figure out something with these groups. I don't know what it is, but when I share the link, sometimes people don't actually see it. I don't know if it's their highlights or what they picked to.
What do you mean?
To see So when I post a link, it says, seen by how many other people.
Right.
We got 300 and something active members. Well, 275 active members.
Right.
So, but not everybody's getting it. So I'm wondering if everybody's notifications don't show up the same. Because Tim, we just shouted him out, but he was like, where can I watch it? And I posted it twice. So I don't think everybody's getting it.
I posted it.
I've got to figure out what's going on with the group to get these guys to be able to see that at least.
I wonder if it's blocked to a certain number, certain people in the group or something.
I hope not, because that wouldn't be cool. But I just want everybody to have a chance to see the
Can't they just go to YouTube and look it up and watch it?
Yeah, they can if they subscribe. But
let's. I'll share that as well, and we'll get it figured out.
We had an announcement about it because I post a lot. People were probably getting their phones blew up
on there, and it does say too. Because my phone blows up from everybody. I get everybody's comments because we're editors of everything. So when I like some, I get it. When you, Dave, every member I see when Trevor and Matt and everybody's going back and forth, I'm seeing everybody, and I just got Tim's too.
I get that.
I get everything up there, so I can.
I know why I don't see it all the time though.
Sometimes I might
because if you see it before I do.
Right.
And as long as one of us sees it, I don't care.
But we do, and everything I've seen, if I've needed to engage, I have engaged in that.
That's fine with me.
And some of it's been just the guys going back and forth on the forums, and that's cool. I let it go unless I feel I need to throw something. But no, and we've had a lot of great feedback. Everything's been going well from everybody, so that's great.
I mean, 275 members.
Yeah,
fucking A,
that's
bro.
active.
That's just active. We have
315
more, and I still have some people I need to work from my stuff to work in there.
I put it out every day, man. People take it.
And Erin, I'm gonna make her throw it out there a little bit too. So we'll get it rolling though. We'll definitely.
Oh, you know what?
Especially when we get some shirts wearing.
We're gonna get some stuff made.
Some
but
stickers and
while we're on that subject, real quick, let me go to my random number generator. Can you pull that post up and see how many?
I saw 4 or 5 people. You got it?
Yep.
All right, how many people commented a number?
I saw 4 or 5.
You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right.
Yep.
It's been sitting on my counter. It's got a little dust on it. I'll clean it up, but it's never been worn. San Francisco hat. You don't necessarily have to like San Francisco. You don't have to wear it, but you can put it with your memorabilia. I collect hats. I collect little stuff. So this was sitting in my collection.
It may not be much, but it's a little something. The gifts will get better.
It's the start of it.
We got a sponsor that it's going to give us some. It's not going to be high-end items, but it's going to be stuff for your kids. It's going to be sports memorabilia. So as it comes along, we'll give these giveaways. But we got how? You said 6?
6.
All right. So we said a number between 1 and 100. I got a random number generator on my phone.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Darren, and read me off who said what numbers.
Larry Patrick, 69. Andy Wender, 16. Logan Butts got 41. Mike Dennis, 49. Old Matt's got 7. And then Kenny Baker finishing up with 32.
Okay, so if it does not get the exact number,
just closest
we'll get the closest without going over.
Right.
So I got my random number generator right here. It's blending in with the screen, but you can still see the number here.
Count.
All right, so it's saying 49. That's already 49. Up there. That was the one that was up there, but that's not. So I'm going to randomize it.
Redo it.
So you guys should be able to catch. God damn. Hold on.
You're good. I see it there.
Okay, so you guys should be able to catch it. I'm going to randomize this. And here we go. Boom. Number 55.
55. So
nobody.
It's Larry. Larry's 69. Everybody else.
Well, he went over, right?
Yeah.
Larry's 69. He's the closest.
So 41
without
going over.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my bad. Logan Butts.
41.
Yep.
49.
No, Mike Dennis had 49.
Oh, Mike Dennis is hiding underneath Logan.
We suck at this, y'all.
Yeah, you suck.
Well, I was looking up at Andy.
No, you're good. All right, so Mike Dennis won the hat. It's a size 7 1/8. You may not be able to wear
49.
it if your head's huge. But I will shoot you a message, Mike, and we'll get together. I know you personally, so we'll get together and I'll get you that hat, bud. So Mike Dennis wins the hat. Will you post that in there that Mike wins?
Yep.
And to send me a message either at the page or send Jesse a message.
I got it.
Huh?
I got it.
Okay. So, all right, moving back on to NFL news. Congratulations, Mike, on the hat. Let's talk about Dez real quick. Dez was offered $5 million by the Browns.
2 years, 5, wasn't it? Or was it 5 per year? It was like a 1 or 2 year contract, I thought.
I think it was per year.
Per year, yeah. So he passed on that. Stupid. I think on his part. I'm not mad at him. Whatever, go on. We don't need you.
By the way, Aaron Rodgers' contract was 4 years to $134 million extension.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
103 guaranteed.
I think I'm his illegitimate son.
$103 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Even though I'm probably his age.
Right. I think I'm his age.
So, Dez, we'll probably end up seeing him somewhere eventually.
I'm feeling Patriots.
Yeah, so he's been.
I know there's been some
making that known.
I think there. And you know what? As fucking shitty as he's been, I think he'd do all right there. I mean, he's not going to put up no 15 touchdowns, 1,500 yards, but I think he'd help him contribute.
All it takes is for Tom to be like, "I'm not feeling this dude. Get him out of here."
And I think, and that's why teams aren't signing Dez because after week 1, that contract's not guaranteed.
Right.
So if he is being a little fucktard, and they're like, "Man, you're dropping the ball. You're out. Bye," and they don't have to pay him.
Right.
So I think teams are waiting on that because they saw what he's done with Dallas. They saw how his attitude was. They saw the big decline in production, and he was leading the league, I think, in drops at one point. It's bad. I mean, he just give up on plays. The interception against Denver, he had it in his hands and it just literally went right through and right to the guy. It was like, how do you drop a pass like that? I mean, like Dak said, what do I got to do? Just stick it in his face mask? I mean, And that's why when people talk about Dallas and, well, their receivers, since Dez is gone and Witten hasn't really called that many footballs in the past couple of years. Now, his leadership and blocking, absolutely. But Dez Bryant, I was telling people, it was like 20 games, he didn't even have 100-yard receiving.
Right.
It's not a big drop-off losing Dez Bryant like people are thinking it is. He hasn't done shit in 3 years. So, all this, oh my God, they don't have Dez, they don't have Witten. It's not that big a deal like people think it is.
Right.
But I do think Dez is going to end up a Patriot. I really, that's just what the Patriots do. And they'll get him cheap, 5-6 mil, 1 year. And if he fucks up, they'll get rid of him. But I think that's the target spot. There was talk with Pittsburgh. There's a little talk in there.
You think he's rooting for teams? He's going for teams that are
no. He said he wants to
paycheck,
compete.
or is he wanting both?
No, he wants to win.
Okay.
I think he wants a little of both, though. I think he wants a little money and to try to win.
Let's see. Where was I? Just had a someone. Lance. Let me. It's about the Madden thing.
We're gonna talk about this.
What is it? Go ahead. Bring it up.
It's just Colin Kaepernick. He did win his ruling with the court. They won't.
I think that he won it to now he gets a hearing.
Yeah, he gets the hearing. They were trying to appeal it to where he couldn't, but he won. So Kaepernick is going to get that in there. Honestly, I just want them to pay him and get the shit done and move
pay
on.
Him to shut up.
It just be done with him. Give him the money for whatever they blackballing him, whatever. And just be done with his ass, dude, because he's not going to play in the NFL again. He's not good enough. He's not a good quarterback.
No.
How long has it been since he's played?
3-4 years.
2-3 years.
Two or three.
Yeah, I think it's
something like that.
So
I mean, he could have had $13 million from San Fran and decided to opt out of it, and then he wants to bitch about money. You had the contract. You opted out. So I just want him to win his appeal like he did, go through court and get his money, and then fucking let him move on.
Yeah.
Because I'm done with his shit. Like, I'm just so tired of. He don't even fucking play football.
Right.
And they still, Kaepernick.
That's what's funny though. He ain't played football not long, and that you did anything about Kaepernick. Like, oh yeah, the football
and
player.
he didn't even do that much.
That's why I really don't talk about him much. But
for him, that was kind of to get blackballed like that. It's a little shitty. But
for sure,
he won. So congrats to him. Hopefully that goes well. He gets his dues and then moves out. Coaching though, I was discussing with them. One of the funniest coaching signings I thought was UCLA kid Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly's a shit coach.
He's been bouncing around like a horror from 3rd Street.
I was so happy when Philly fucking signed him to be their head coach. I was like, you're not winning shit, because he just loses. They're like, oh, when he was all run and gun and blah 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 with Oregon. I was like, yeah. With how many championships did they win? Oh right, 0. He doesn't win shit. Yeah, he'll win you some games and make them look good, but then they lose. So UCLA, man, they're a good program. Troy Aikman was from there. I love that. But yeah, I think he's going to run them into the ground. I see him lasting a year or two, unless they're just cool with being average.
Right.
Fucking Chip Kelly. Yeah. Enjoy UCLA because he sucks.
All right, we're getting towards the end of the show, so let's hear one bold prediction from college from you, Darren. One bold prediction. One team that you think is just going to break out and make an impact this year.
An impact? I mean,
that's going to maybe shake it up. Maybe somebody we don't expect to see up there that may make a playoff run.
It's hard because the teams that pretty much...
You think they're pretty much set?
Are pretty much set. I mean, if you look at the top...
Screw it. You know what? Let's go NFL then. Make a bold prediction about the NFL.
NFL bold prediction?
Yeah, anything.
I've been saying it for at least a month now. I've got the Browns finishing second in the division. I've got them going at least 8-8, possibly making playoffs. Their offense is one of the best in the NFL. Defense, Myles Garrett's looking good. They also have other surrounding players that are very good. Everybody's still like, no, the Ravens. The Ravens don't even know who the fuck the quarterback's going to be. And then you've got the Bengals who, I'm sorry, but Andy Dalton doesn't show up in prime time. He has been a solid quarterback. He's been to the playoffs. I give him that. AJ Green's still a beast.
The lights.
Joe Mixon's there. Gio, I think, is still there. but their defenses kind of went back down. They don't have that big defense. They did get Dunlap and Geno Atkins back, but I just feel that the Browns have done so well this offseason. Their offense is going to be putting up points like crazy. Everybody was hating on Tyrod, saying he only throws for 200 yards a game. He was throwing to who? Can you name them? I can know 2 receivers. Most people have no idea who they were. And he was still doing that. So I think that that's been my prediction. I've been telling people for a very long time now, a couple months probably, that I feel the Browns are going to be second in division, 8-8 minimal possible playoffs. They've done so well, and I've been impressed with it. I just really like what they've done. And having Landry and Gordon there, and Tyrod and Chubb, and I mean, I just really,
they got
Carlos
a ton
Hyde.
of solid players.
I just think that they've done a lot of good things. Their offensive line's still a little sketchy, but their defense is okay, and I just really like what they've done. So my prediction is 8-8 to possible playoffs. It's just what I've been getting the vibe from them. They've looked like a team that wants to win.
All right, one question about it. If Tyrod does stay healthy, do we still see Baker Mayfield start sometime this year?
See, that's the problem.
No.
Browns fans. Oh, number 1 pick. Gotta start him. Now, if they're winning, no. You won't hear that from a Browns fan.
No, not at all.
You will not hear it. So if they're winning games and they're playing like, oh my God, Baker doesn't start this year.
What'd you say, Dave?
I would say if they were up 2 touchdowns, touchdown and a field goal, you know what I mean, last 4 or 5 minutes of the
Something
game.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I throw him in to get some reps, but
something
other
like
than
that.
I would keep the
But
starter in and let him
he
run the
will
team.
He will not start if the Browns are playing well. That's just, he's not. If Tyrod's playing well, like I feel he will, and they're winning games, Baker sits this year.
I agree. I think they win at least 8 games. I was saying 6 early.
I mean,
Watching them in preseason gives me a good feel for 8.
I mean, their conference isn't easy. I mean, the Bengals, Ravens,
They start
Steelers,
week 1 against the Steelers.
Right, and that'll set the tone for their season, how they play the Steelers. Because the Steelers are, projected to be one of the top 4 teams.
Yep.
So that'll set the tone, I think, for them. And I think they're going to come out and have something to prove, and especially Landry. Man, he said, they sent me to Cleveland to die. And then his whole thing has turned. I mean, his whole perception.
Oh, yeah, his whole perception is
he's
who
like,
you said, Landry?
Landry.
Yeah, I think Tyrod thinks the same thing, though.
Right, yeah.
They all know that.
And
that's
now,
where they all been sent.
They all think Cleveland's that retirement village.
And now they're all like, you know what? Let's win. Let's show everybody.
I can honestly say I've never seen more hype about Cleveland than I have this coming up season than the whole time.
But they have done. Their new GM, was it Dorsey, I think?
Yep.
He has made so many good.
He turned the Chiefs around.
Legit. I think they're very good moves.
He turned the
so
Chiefs
that's
around.
been my prediction. I've been saying for a while now. So for me, I've got them 8-8, possible playoffs, man. I just really feel that.
We're skipping there. I think we're good now. As long as that stays green or whatever. Okay, so yeah, Browns. You guys know I'm a Browns fan. I've said it a few times if you watch the shows, so I'm not going to get into all that. But you got any bold predictions you want to put out there or no?
My boys are going to go to the Super Bowl and beat the Patriots.
He's calling Falcons
redemption.
Winning the Super Bowl.
Patriots,
He's going to come back from a 28-3. They're gonna let the Patriots get up by 28, and then they're going to
keep throwing the ball.
Yeah. So
they're going to get on that 2-yard line instead of running in. They're going to try to throw it.
So Dave picks the
Patriots
Falcons to win the Super Bowl.
and Falcons over Patriots.
I don't want to say this.
I don't think the Patriots, though, man. I don't see them.
I would like to see him go
I
and
don't
get
see
that
him in the
redemption,
Super
but I'm
Bowl.
just saying Atlanta's one of they're going
The
to
Patriots
the
team
ship.
this year is not that solid.
I think the Steelers might have a chance, and I told you.
I mean,
I know you said you hadn't seen much on it, but I've seen a few outlets that were talking about
Their
it. But
defense is so-so. Offense, I mean, they're still, Le'Veon's
it
got
just
something
depends
to
on
prove,
how
and Brown and Schuster.
Big Ben comes out. He's
But
getting older.
I just don't. I don't think the Patriots.
How's that
are
quarterback
gonna
they got
make it.
underneath him? Heard anything good about
I haven't
him?
heard
Kyle
shit.
Randolph or whatever.
Yeah, I
his name is?
haven't heard anything.
We haven't heard anything, but you never know. They could be doing that for a reason.
I think the Chargers are going to be overlooked a lot this year. If they would have had a kicker last year, man, they would have been a lot better.
I love Phillip Rivers, but
I hate Rivers.
I love him.
But, I
just
mean,
don't know.
he leads touchdowns, but he also leads interceptions.
Yeah.
So he's a little. But with Keenan Allen, I think the Chargers are going to surprise
We've been thinking that for years, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, But I don't see the Jags because Blake Bortles is a fucking choke artist.
Speaking of Jags,
Minnesota?
I've seen somewhere for the
Minnesota,
Jaguars
Minnesota.
that Des Bryant, they're trying to say that the Jaguars should sign him.
Are you talking about AFC?
I mean, I don't know. The AFC it's the weaker conference.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's why one of the reasons the Patriots have been so good because it's been weaker, but
it's like the Cavs in the East.
Right. But I think Chargers are going to be a little surprised there. But
we'll hold you to that. We'll come back here in a few weeks and check into that.
I think Pittsburgh does have the edge over the Patriots.
I don't want them to. I want the Browns to win.
They have a better squad right now than the Patriots.
Yeah, for sure. I could agree. I mean, you got Antonio Brown. That says a lot. You got Le'Veon Bell still. That says a lot.
Schuster's been
Schuster,
yeah. Good year. They got rid of Bryant, which was a smart move.
Mike, to answer your question, a good amount, as always. So, I'll just leave that to you. I got a message there I had to answer.
Okay, yeah.
But so let's end on this. We talked about other guys getting paid. We still didn't bring him into the mix yet. But Odell Beckham Jr.
He's not worth the money they pay.
I knew he was going to get somebody to say it.
Well, I mean, like people were saying, because I was having the debate with people in the forums about it. He has put up like 10 touchdowns a year for the past couple years, like 1,400 yards or so, 90 to 100 catches. He's also putting up like 6, 7, 8 drops a year.
Right.
Des Bryant was putting up 17, 18 touchdowns, 1,500 yards, 80 to 90 catches. And guess what? Straight down. Now, to their point, Eli is garbage. Absolutely.
Garbage.
And with a better quarterback, he probably could do better.
His receiver saved his ass so many times.
But you're looking at, the guy, talent is crazy. Odell is
he's a freak athlete.
Very good receiver. But they were saying the off-field stuff don't affect him. Yes, it does. They've messed up in the playoffs because he was out on a yacht. He's snorting coke with strippers. You want that to be your franchise? Like, it's going to bite them in the ass.
You should hang out with the Niners quarterbacks getting
him and Garoppolo, man. Prostitutes, and hookers, and porn stars. I think that's going to bite him in the ass.
It always does. That party.
But say he does play well and he gets smart, because he is a kid.
Look at Josh Gordon.
Right. Say he
the track he's on.
Yeah, but he wasn't snorting coke with prostitutes.
We don't know that. He hung out with Manziel.
Yeah, but it wasn't shown at least.
Yeah.
But so say Beckham, because he is a very talented receiver. Say he does get his shit right, and Eli retires after a year. Well, who the fuck's going to throw him the ball? They have no backup plan. They got Geno fucking Smith, who's garbage. Is he still there? I'm pretty sure he is. But I'm like, all right. So then you got this receiver you just paid all this money to. What are you going to do then?
Who are you going to pay?
Who's going to throw? Yeah. Who's going to throw him the ball? You're not getting a quarterback, so they say the receivers make the quarterback. It's a tight window league, and if you don't have a quarterback who can get it in that tight window, it don't matter how good he is. They're not doing it, and that's what Jalen Ramsey was saying about Ben. Oh, he just throws it and they catch it.
Yeah.
That's not really how it works.
Right.
Especially if Jalen, you're so great. Well, you're going to knock it down.
Right.
So he got paid a lot of money. I mean, props to him for making his money.
Right.
I just wanted. He's talking. I want to be a legend. We'll show it. Prove it.
He did say that. Yeah.
Prove that.
Yeah.
Prove that your contract is. You want to live to be better than that. So.
We're going to keep a close eye on Aaron Rodgers, Odell Beckham Jr., and a couple other guys that are getting paid, and we're gonna come back and visit that week 6.
I want to see what Kirk Cousins does with his big contract. He even
Jimmy G.
He showed. He finally put the Jets on blast. They offered him like 90-something million guaranteed. Kirk Cousins, and he turned it down. But yeah, I want to see. And Odell, like people were talking about that. The NFC East, 5 Super Bowls for the Cowboys, 4 for the Giants, 3 for the Redskins, 1 for the Eagles. The NFC East has had the most Super Bowls in the past 20 years over any conference.
Right.
So that's a hard conference. So I want to see what happens. They brought in Barkley to try to help that out. We'll see how it goes. But that's a lot of money for a receiver. Coming off that injury too. That's a little scary. So
yeah,
we'll see what he does. He's definitely a great receiver. I can't take that away from him.
All right, so that's our show for tonight, guys.
Shout out to Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, that's why I was getting ready to say that.
Manu Ginobili.
NBA man.
I'm a Mavs fan, but he is
beast mode. Hang on, I'm getting to you, fool.
Big shout out to my homie Darren. Saturday's first.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
10 o'clock. You guys should come
Where's
out
that
at?
at? Where's that at?
Gateway Sports.
Hang on, let me get you back up there. Oh wait a minute, Dave's
Oh,
there.
oh, yeah,
Hang on, let me get Dave back in there.
get
Fuck
Dave
that.
back in there.
Let's
we
get
go.
them all in there. Hey! So where's that?
It's Gateway Sportsplex for Route 4. It's easy to see, big ass building. Then they got like golf and baseball shit out back. But Miami Valley Sports Festival, sponsored by Larry Pacifico and Empower. It's going to be the first one. Pacifico, we have near 20 lifters competing. Empower is going to be having a lot. There's Taekwondo, there's wrestling, powerlifting, which is going to consist of squat, bench, deadlift. Be my first competition, looking just to have some fun and get that under my belt.
Come on, support the homie.
Been training my ass off for that, so just so I can do well on that. But it's going to be fun. I'm pretty sure it's $10. Spectator fee, I believe. That's an adult price. I think kids might be free. I'll get a quick double check here real quick on that.
As long as I'm not sitting in the hospital with a baby, I will be there.
Right, yeah.
Anybody wants to ride out
What day is it?
It's gonna
Saturday.
Be Saturday, the 22nd.
What time?
22nd.
It starts at 10 a.m.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there. I don't work till 9.
First lift is at 10 a.m.
Yeah, I'll be there.
And then after that, it depends on how long each goes because of how many people.
Right.
I'm not seeing the price on here. I'm pretty sure it was $10 though.
Yeah, you said $10.
Which isn't bad, but they're going to be selling shirts and everything. You can buy shirts and rep whoever, but it's something fun if people are into that. I know I was talking with some people, and with all of the stuff going on in sports, pretending football, kids signing up for football is down 7%. In Ohio, it was over 20%. So we've been trying to get people. I think kids should still play football.
Well, you gotta. There's
It's
a lot
proper
of parents,
technique. We gotta get good coaches and good teachers in there.
There's a lot of parents that are pissed off because they did a whole thing over here. They were trying to do the flag football over the tackle.
Yes.
Because they don't want their kids.
Yeah, I see that.
And it's
It starts at that level, and it starts with proper
Pee-wee.
coaching.
I learned at Pee Wee.
Yeah.
How to technique, how to tackle right, and I never got concussions and this and that.
But a lot of parents are pissed because they're trying to do the two-hand touch.
But so we're doing, we're just trying to get kids into powerlifting or any kind of exercise. But powerlifting is pretty cool. So it's something. There's taekwondo and wrestling and stuff like we said. Jiu-jitsu. There's a lot of things that they're going to be doing. So it'll be just something fun if you don't got nothing going on a Saturday and want to come out. Yep. Kids might like it. I have a lot of kids that are lifting.
You can at least go in there before the football game starts.
There's a kid today. I think he was 12, deadlift 205 pounds. I mean, it's just, and he loves it. He's just having some fun.
Yeah.
So it's good. I mean,
sweet. Yeah, we'll be there, and hope to see you guys there next time. I'm still building up on my green screen here. Next time,
Jesse, can you open that for me?
Will you stop? Right here in this area, I'm going to have the Gmail. It's Eat.Sleep.Breathe Sports 937@gmail.com. On YouTube, somewhere around this area, maybe is a subscribe button. If not, find it on our page. Facebook, get people in the group. Mike, you won that hat, but we need you to add 3 people if you haven't already. That was one of the stipulations. So please get people in here and make us grow, man, so we can branch out and bring you more
better
content.
sponsors, better gifts.
We're trying to get away from the ESPN bias, so we're trying to bring a lot more of that.
ESPN.
So we want to
keep your eyes up for shirts and merchandise.
We're gonna get into a lot more stuff, man, as we progress.
Here you go. Anybody that's really good at drawing or something like that, hook us up with a logo.
Yep.
Try to make us a logo, and if you
got
give
some
it
designs,
we'll
little giveaway for best
Yeah.
best design, because we are looking to get a new logo going, something good for our brand, and then we can make our shirts and
t-shirts and
stuff for that.
and
so yeah, I mean,
if I enter in the contest underneath the alias, does it count still?
No.
Terry Ferguson.
LS1.
Terry Ferguson here.
Burt Reynolds.
Suck at your back.
But yeah, we're going to try to do some things. We'll try to get some people. Like I said, I'm going to talk to my work, see if I can get her to hook us up with a little bit of stuff, and then we can.
We're not begging. We're not begging for money or nothing. Just get the word out. Get the word
just
out.
People. We want people.
We want to bring.
We want the audience.
And the better we can get people going, the better sponsors we can rack in to give you guys better giveaways. So that's what we're looking to try to do. So just people, hook it up, put us out. We'll put it out.
All right, guys. Well, from Darren and Dave over here and myself, you guys have a good